I think I mentioned where the fuck did my phone go? Can you see it? Oh, right here. Hello and welcome to Mastering Mediocrity Music Reviews. I am Jeff.
I'm Ben.
And we are here today to celebrate
Vypera. Finally.
Eat Your Heart
Out.
Yes.
They finally released their album. Not last week. Was it last week?
Yeah, last week, June
Friday.
17th.
Last Friday.
Yeah. I think so. Is that June 19th?
Last Friday. It was last Thursday or Friday.
Yeah, June 17th. Vypera, Eat Your Heart Out was released.
Yep.
And they had said something probably a couple months before that was the date. They released Cold as Ice and Standing on the Edge first. Those were their first two singles.
Yeah.
And an exciting moment for us.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, because we found them before they had signed with their label. Was it Frontiers Music?
It was like September, October. Yeah, it had to have been September. Maybe even a little bit before that.
I'm not sure.
Because, I mean, the story real quick was, I don't even remember if it was me or you, but one of us shared one of their songs to the other, and then...
Me to you.
Okay, you checked it out?
Yeah.
And then I think I became an instant fan.
Yeah, because I think I'd heard Straight to the Heart because I got through in a Wasp phase. And so I was listening to a Wasp radio on Spotify.
Which is a great connection because there's a lot of Wasp stuff.
They on here they say Wasp is one of their influences, and some of the songs I can really hear it, especially with how prominent the bass is and stuff. Anyway, I think it was Straight for the Kill. Yeah,
Straight for the Kill.
Yeah,
and then they had a music video for it as well. Cold as Ice also had a music video. This was prior to them being
they
signed.
Released 7 songs as just singles or whatever, and I can't remember if they all had videos or if they all just had
just 2
lyric videos but there was some sort of video on YouTube for them or whatever.
Yeah, but I either way I liked it enough that I was like,
oh yeah, this is really cool.
Yeah, this is really good. And then we had wanted to do a show on them, but they disappeared.
Everything got taken down.
Literally, their YouTube channel, Facebook.
I think it was the day before we were going to do it, or the day of, because I had listened to it a ton, but I hadn't actually written my stuff down.
I had all of mine.
Yeah, so when I went to go do it,
it wasn't available.
There was nothing there.
Yeah, it's all gone.
Fuck. All right, so then we did that on some Powerwolf album.
Yeah, which is fair.
Which is fine.
Yeah, but this has been like this. We are building up to a moment that we have been waiting for a very long time.
I'd say this is probably my most anticipated album.
Whenever, I mean, we've done
15,
Vypera updates. We've been following them.
Yeah.
And here we are.
Yeah.
We get to finally do their album, and it's an exciting moment. And
I messaged them on Instagram and just was like, hey, I was really excited about it. I really like it. I do really like the album. But is there... I kind of looked around, not too hard, but hey, is there anywhere I can buy a shirt or a poster or something I rep some official merch?
Yeah.
And there was nothing yet.
Yeah.
And then I saw the next day.
Really?
No, nothing yet.
How recently did you contact them?
Just a couple of days ago.
Yeah, I mean, so they signed with Frontiers Music IRL. Yeah, go ahead.
I messaged them 6 days ago. So. They just said the merch is under design.
Huh.
So they're like, stay tuned. But then the next day they had on their Instagram story they shared a link of where you can buy the album, and so I was like, oh cool, maybe I'll go buy the CD.
You might have kind of nudged them like, hey, there's a desire for this.
I doubt it.
Yeah.
But the CD when I went to go check it out was sold out. I was like, oh fuck, nice. So,
good for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I don't have it. Can't buy a shirt. But one day
it'll be there.
Yeah, I'll get it.
It's
You'll see me. I'll be fun. Vypera shirt. As long as it's black, I'm not gonna. I don't wear a lot of.
I think
colors.
they're gonna have a black shirt.
Sure hope so.
But in any case, yeah, so they had a lot of the original songs that we saw and were wanting to review on the album. I think there's only 2 new ones, actually. So everything that they released on Spotify, YouTube, it was there, which was great. And it's been a few months between now and then, but to my ears, not much changed.
No, me either. We haven't heard it in so long, but same. I was just like, I can't tell a difference.
If they re-recorded, it was a very true to what they had prior.
Yeah, honestly, those first singles were so well produced that I thought you could have just taken them as is
and they may have. I kind of doubt there probably was some ownership where they actually had to do the recordings to push it out. I don't know, but not terribly much difference. There certainly was no creative difference. At its core, it remained a metals rock band, like an 80s metal rock band. Yeah. And I don't necessarily want to throw them right into hair metal, but more arena rock than
there's a great mix all through this album. But before we really get into it,
let's talk about it.
Oh, that's even better.
Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mate.
Okay. oh, good idea.
That's why I got it.
So we've greased the wheel a little bit. Let's talk about who Vypera actually is.
All right.
Give it to me straight.
All right, so they were formed in
2016.
They were formed in 2016 as a cover band.
Under a different name, right?
Yeah, Madhouse.
Which is okay.
In Sweden. They were doing like 80s stuff, Rainbow, Icon, King Cobra, London.
I've heard of King Cobra. All those other ones. And Wasp. Okay, King Cobra and Wasp I've heard of.
You've heard of Rainbow. You'll know.
You think so? Alright, fair.
The band says that their sound is supposed to be a mix between Wasp, Triumph, Rainbow, and their own minds. That's how they word it.
Yeah.
And I think that's fair. I think that's a super fair mix. Or a fair assessment of the type of sounds you're going to get. Honestly, I get a little bit of Iron Maiden in places.
A little There's even a moment of Pantera, which is why I wore this shirt.
Oh, yeah.
We'll talk about
Alice in Chains a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, they're all over the place, and I'll say that. I felt...
But they're not. They are Vypera, and that's the point.
Yeah, I really liked it. I really liked this album, and as I was listening to it, I was like, oh my God, here's an influence. I hear this band. And as I'm writing that down, I'm thinking to myself, like, dang, I feel bad constantly saying, hey, this reminds me of whoever. But
they're not nixing that. I mean, they say they have influences.
Yeah, and I was thinking about it today or yesterday, and it's just like, I don't mind if one of the songs sounds just like 2 Minutes to Midnight. One sounds just like the Power Rangers opening.
I'm curious to know which one that is.
Okay, I don't think I marked it down, but I think I remember which one it is.
That's fair.
And I don't mind that they sound the same. I think it's cool that they're like, hey, maybe that's a cool idea. It's a common riff. You hear the 2 Minutes to Midnight riff a lot in 80s music, honestly. And I don't mind that they're like, hey, that's cool. I think I can do something different with that. Mm-hmm. And I think they do. Like there's this kind of core thing, and it's like the same key or whatever, whatever.
Sure.
Whatever.
Sure.
So I don't mind them playing in the same sandbox as people.
What is it that Picasso said? It's like, don't copy, steal. It's something like that, and that's fair. To me,
put it right there.
Yeah. To me, they started off as a cover band. That's what they were used to playing, and surely they were covering 80s bands. And that's what they got used to, and so they're already knowledgeable in that arena. For sure. They're not going to come out and start playing stoner metal.
Right.
They're going to come out and recompile 80s music.
For sure.
And they've done a fantastic job.
Fantastic.
And the part that's great is like you listen to it, and as a whole, you're like, this is Vypera. Sure, you can go in there and say this, but then they just have this unique feeling about them that comes together, and it's extremely exciting. I mean, I know we said at the beginning, out of the gate for a freshman album, or the songs that they had, it just was so well produced. and I don't know if they were under any label prior or if it was strictly independent. But if they produced themselves these songs, even better, because
for sure.
it was polished. It is polished.
Oh yeah,
it's fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
The only thing I could tell between my previous comments and now is
you did it. No, I'm surprised, but like it makes sense.
The thing that I noticed with all of their songs is every song has some sort of pace change or breakdown, which is like
I fucking love.
And I don't know if that was the case the first time around. So if anything, it did improve.
It probably was, but we just don't remember.
Yeah. I may have not mentioned it, but I noticed my notes between this and that. It's like, man, there are breakdowns, pace changes, key changes. It's all fucking great. And one song does it better than the rest. But is there more to say about them? Well, let's go ahead and move on to the songs. This album opens up with...
The opening song is Slow Me Down.
Which I love. There's something to be said about album composition. I am a huge fan of seeing what begins and ends an album. And to me, if you were going to pick a song, Slow Me Down was the one. It was either that or Rock and Roll. But this is a great song to get it going.
I do remember what I was going to say now.
No! Then say it! Say it, brother! Speak the truth to me!
It's like, about album composition. I think every song is so good that they could have been a single in the 80s. And any three songs. Well, overall, any three songs. Because we'll just say a band will do two.
As a moving window throughout the album.
Yeah. Just like
I have one part that I don't like.
Probably the slow song, Fantasy.
Well, when you get Spellbound, something, and then it's Fantasy. That's the weakest three songs.
Spellbound, Sierra, Rock and Roll.
And Sierra brings that up, but like those three songs,
I disagree.
There's a weaker point?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I just disagree with your assessment of
Spellbound. We've talked about that.
And Sierra and Rock and Roll.
Sierra's great. Let's just go.
Anyway, I think this whole album is like just whatever it is, 8 or 11 way above average songs.
Way above average. I mean, we already said that the first 7 were like that they did and published.
Yeah.
Were polished.
But they came out in 2016 and now it's 2022. So whatever that is, 5-6 years later.
I mean, we said it though. I mean, the thing is like we said it. We found this band. They had less than 25,000 listens on Spotify when they got signed. Like
YouTube,
we were already talking about how like we didn't understand how they weren't part of a label.
On YouTube, their video for Cold as Ice has like 150,000 views now. So I'm like, oh man, fuck yeah, way to go, guys!
They're killing
it. You fucking deserve it. All right, we can really get into the first song now. Slow Me Down. But yeah, I think it's a really great open. I think it's really catchy. It's a great introduction to like what you're going to hear on this album.
Yeah,
all around.
It was like it's quintessential rock lyrics, right? We're talking about drugs. You can't slow me down. Yeah. Like I'm just going to keep going, brother. Like that's my life.
Yeah.
And it's fantastic. The music is great. There's a nice solo breakdown.
Yeah.
It has everything that you want.
Yeah, pretty much every song does have like a really nice breakdown.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think this one like exceeds the boundary into amazing, but it's a great song. And like that, everything that I have for scores is tempered against the other songs. It's not really tempered against music in general. You know what I'm saying?
No, we just try and rate these albums as
within the confines of the album.
Yeah, just like a self-contained thing.
Otherwise, Hurt would have gotten like 2s and 3s.
Yeah, I mean,
it had a 6.
It's not fair to do that.
It's not fair.
To do it.
So, what did you give that song?
I gave it a 7.2. Or no, that's the next song. I gave it a 7.
You actually gave a 0.25?
Yeah.
Let's be excited about that for a moment. I gave it a 7 out of 10 as well. And I think we share that sentiment. It's like, it's a good song. Yeah. This is almost a better than average song for the genre.
Uh-huh.
But it's on the album, it's a 7 out of 10. But 7 out of 10 is like, that's where you want to put your first song, right? You don't want your best song as the first song.
No.
This is great. It slots in. I mean, we'll talk about album. It's fucking great.
Yeah, I think this album is composed really well.
Maybe the best composed album I've seen.
Because it goes into the next song, "Standing on the Edge," and it has a really slow opening. And when I first heard it, I was like, no, guys, I don't want to hear a slow song right now.
Yeah,
and then like whatever it is, 45 seconds, a minute into it, it fucking kicks in and it stays pretty much upbeat.
Yeah,
and I really like this song.
It's catchy.
Yeah,
"Standing on the Edge of Love."
I said that this song felt like it could be in a movie. Obviously, like some sort of cheesy 80 romantic. I don't know, but it reminded me of a movie song. And then you start thinking about it, and I'm like, honestly, man, all these songs can be in a movie, except for maybe like one or two.
Could have been in the new Top Gun. You know what
Did you see it?
No, not yet.
Oh, we were gonna go see it on that Sunday.
Yeah.
Well, and
I thought you did.
No,
you never mentioned. You said you were going to see it.
Yeah, we did that. We did it. We hung out on Friday, did Saturday, and then we were gonna go see it Sunday morning at 9:30, and then I got COVID, and then
oh, that's
I couldn't make it. So
yeah,
so I was like, I still haven't seen it, but we want to see it in theaters. But yeah, I think it would be great in any movie, not any movie, but the appropriate movie.
Yeah. In any case, "Standing on the Edge" is great. The only thing I will say is that I don't think the music video does it justice. The song itself is iconic, and I'm glad that they had it as their first release because
I remember now. Yeah.
it is fantastic, and it summarizes what they do. It's hard. It's not terribly hard.
It looks like
melodic
video.
And this one just has the right rhythm to me.
Hopefully
I mean, this one draws you in immediately. To me, it's not the best song on the album, but it's up there.
Yeah.
I'm either
top 5, but there's 11 songs.
Yeah, top 3, maybe it might be number 3. I have it as like an 8.25.
I'm not.
No, you're lower.
Yeah, I might put it top 5, but the order that I listened to Spotify in, earlier today. Let's go back. I started with "Straight for the Kill," and then it went on random, and then it went to "Cold as Ice," "Rock and Roll," "Wingborn," "Spellbound," and I was like, honestly, that might be my top 4.
Really?
There. Yep.
I knew that you liked "Wingborn." We had talked about it, but we'll get there. We'll get there.
But I do agree it is a good song. I'm not trying to take that away from it.
We just have different tastes.
Yeah, of course.
And actually,
I would say 7.25. So it's not like I don't like it.
Like an 8.25. Typically, these types of songs don't go for me. It has like kind of the like lovey-dovey type feel to it, but this one is just it starts real nice. You have like clean drum, and then guitar gets introduced, and then there's a breakdown. It has everything that I want, but it doesn't have something else that I desire, and we'll talk about that later because it comes in a later song. What does that move us into? What's
takes
the
us
next
to
song?
Spellbound, which I really fucking like this song. So far, it's my highest rated at 7.5. It's yeah, I know you disagree. So there's like a little bridge into that, which makes sense, which I think is like just a really nice melody, and kind of like gets you right into it. And I don't know, I love how heavy or how high up in the mix the bass is. So I'm kind of like, did the bassist write this song? Because this is like a pretty fucking heavy heavy song. And I really like this song. I gave it 7.5. This is, like I said,
this may be
top 3 songs.
This will probably be the biggest disparity in scores for the entire time. I gave it a 5 out of 10, and that was after you said that you liked it a lot. So I've listened to this song as much as another song on the album. 5 out of 10 for me. It just, to me, it doesn't hit. It doesn't go the places that other songs go.
No, it doesn't. But I like how simplistic and how kind of stripped back it is.
There is something to be said about it sometimes.
I think they did it well. That's
what
I'm trying to say.
Okay.
So far,
it's not,
in my opinion, it's the best song on the album.
So far. Fair enough. So that moves us into Sierra, which I'm very curious to know how you felt first.
All right, so this song was always.
This song was.
So this song was always stuck in my head.
Yeah, Sweet Sierra, baby.
Yeah, but to me it's like it's a real quintessential '80s song, '80s sounding song.
Lots of tropes.
Lots of tropes. What did I say? Oh yeah, this is the song with the intro that sounds exactly like 2 Minutes to Midnight. But to me,
that dancing power chord. Yeah.
I think we might be able to get away with it. To play them back to back here, if we'll try.
Yeah, let's just give it a go.
We'll just do it. We'll just dub it.
We are going to start with 2 Minutes to Midnight, which is an Iron Maiden song. If you
only really need to hear like the first 5 seconds. All right, and now go do
Sierra.
Sierra.
That's very, very, very close.
Yeah. All right, you can pause it now.
Yeah.
So, but that's it. And like I said, they take it somewhere else than where 2 Minutes to Midnight goes.
Yeah, and
so I don't mind.
The lyrics are different.
I don't mind
quite a bit. Yeah. You borrow.
It's been 30.
You steal.
It's been 30 years since 2 Minutes to Midnight came out. So I don't give a fuck that you guys cribbed it and did something different and made a completely different song.
But it's cool. They are honoring the past
exactly.
and then rebuilding the new.
Exactly. I think they took it. It's like a nice fresh direction. So I
literally don't give a fuck about it.
Yeah. I recall my previous bout of Sierra. I didn't really like it, and then for whatever reason, I heard it again, and I was like, I don't mind the tropiness of this. Like, give it to me. And that's what Vypera is. When you boil them down, there's like a lot of the tropes.
Yeah.
They're honoring it. They're rebuilding it. It's theirs.
For sure.
And this one, like, man, this could be like a stripper song.
Fuck
yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, that's what they're going for.
Oh,
like, Sweet Sierra is like,
God damn, buddy, that's a great
idea. Yeah, like,
let's go with the diamond.
I know, and present it to him.
Like, Sierra?
I
know you've got someone
really
named Sierra
like
here.
This song. I give it a 7.5. And it is because of originality.
Mm-hmm.
It does what other metal hairband type have done before, but they do it great. 7.5 is a good score.
Yeah. I gave it a 6. Which
what?
I know.
No, it deserves it better than a 6.
I do agree that it's a good song. What am I saying?
Is it too tropey for you? Is it too expected?
Maybe. But I'm willing to go 6.5 on it. Maybe not quite a 7.
I think just because it went where you expected to doesn't mean you should give it the score you did.
No.
It's a 7.5 all day, all long, man. It has great musical moments.
I really like Spellbound because it's different. And then I really liked Rock and Roll.
Oh yes.
So like I'm looking more for.
Let's talk about Rock and Roll. Sierra's good.
I'm looking forward to the next
one. But let's talk about Rock and Roll.
I'm looking forward to the next one. The last one was so good, and this one. Not that it's a problem that they go back to the traditional '80s type deal.
It was too expected for you. Just admit it. That's fine. Sure. It was too expected for you.
We'll call it that.
Yeah.
But then Rock and Roll fucking comes in here with like this speed metal fucking vibe. There's like parts where they're doing like the Iron Maiden gallop.
The gallop in this is great.
Yeah. This song is so fucking good. This is the heaviest song on the album.
Yeah. No. Overall,
to me, this is like almost a speed metal song.
Yeah, well,
I love it. I gave it an 8.
The charm of this song is that metal bands are expected to talk about metal and rock and roll, or rock and roll. You know, whatever. There's somewhere like they draw the line, and that's what I like about them. But this song draws the line. Metal bands, rock and roll bands are at some point in their career expected to talk about rock and roll and metal.
For sure.
They named this song Rock and Roll, so instantly I'm turned off. All right, I'm on one of my morning walks.
I'm turned on.
Yeah. Well, I heard it, and I was like, this is what every rock and roll band does.
Yeah.
They talk about what they do and what rock and roll is, and then
I love it.
I was like, I need to clear that mindset and then turn it back on, and it was like, oh my god, this song is fucking hard.
Dude,
it's fast. It hits, and yes, actually, I do want to hear about Vypera telling me about rock and roll, and they do a great job of it. 8.25.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, brother. Like, dude, it's a great song.
I was surprised. I was surprised. I am surprised, but I was worried that you wouldn't like that song.
Oh, no.
Honestly.
No.
Cheers. Perfect.
Cheers, nice.
Cheers,
yeah,
mate.
exactly. What a great album. Like, already, like...
I really did like this song. So let's just jump into Fantasy. This is probably my least favorite song on the album. Nothing wrong with it. There's a soft spot in my heart for fucking 80s ballads, and this is quintessential 80s ballad territory. It fucking rides those rails, and it hits all the notes that you would expect in a song like this. I give it a 6 just because you can't argue with the composition or the fucking recording or anybody's playing or anybody's singing or anything of the sort.
Listen,
so I'm just giving it a 6.
I gave it a 4.5.
Get the fuck out of my house. This is my house now, boy.
This is my house.
This is my house, boy.
I've given it its due. I don't get into this song. I want to skip it. I'm sorry, Vypera. Please forgive me.
I think you're.
I think
you're right.
I've heard it. Yeah.
What are we? We're song number 6 in the album, and it's only natural that there's a lull. You know, which is why I'm saying, like, I think album composition is good because they fucking come in with what I think is the best song on the album.
Wait, no, let me stop. I have a specific point I want to make about Fantasy. Give me a sexually intriguing music video for Fantasy.
Why?
What am I gonna do?
Because it's sexually intriguing, you Homo sapien. A music video can give credence to a song like Fantasy. It's called Fantasy, and it's about being together, and this is so good, right?
100% disagree. I'm glad you brought this up because I thought about music videos.
Yeah.
And I'm glad they made a music video. And if they can make a music video on the fucking cheap, go for it. I love that.
Vibe.
I love when songs have videos on YouTube. I really dig it.
Yeah.
But if you guys are paying fucking money out of your pockets, if it's taking fucking away from your guys' take-home pay, don't make music videos.
Yeah, that's fine. Just make music.
Saying? Just make music. I'd rather you not have to worry about rent or whatever the fuck or mortgage. You know.
Yeah. All right. Even so, like
I'll go see you on tour. I will legitimately buy Vypera
please
shirt.
come.
I will
to
buy
the United
multiple
States.
Vypera shirts.
Yeah. Fly us to Sweden. Even better. Like I would love to
Fly
be.
us to Sweden.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
You never know.
We're running
We're
out
super
of time.
fans.
Let's go into Straight for the Kill. This is I think the best song on the album.
Yeah.
I gave this bitch a 9.
I gave it a 9 as well.
This was, like I said, the first song that I heard. It sounds a lot different than a lot of the stuff. It's a little bit maybe more traditional
but not.
Not for. I don't know.
Let's put it this way. This song exceeds itself. It jumps out of itself.
This song's so fucking good, man. I love it.
It starts off as like kind of.
I'm disappointed there's not a music video for this. If you're making music videos, do one for this one.
It's like a typically great 80s song. And then what happens?
There's a fucking. I don't. It's not brutal because brutal's the wrong way.
It feels that way comparatively to the rest of the album.
Yeah.
But it goes dark on you.
Yeah, oh yeah. The breakdown in this song is something special. They could have done something totally expected, but
they just could have continued what they were doing.
There's a left turn, and out of nowhere, this catchy as fuck traditional 80s arena rock song turns into fucking Cemetery Gates by Pantera.
Yeah, with who as the lead singer?
Lane fucking Staley.
Yeah, I mean, it shows the depth of vocals that the lead singer has because he does a lot of different things. All right, standing at the edge, like he goes, you're like standing, you know, and he really screams that standing at the edge of the yeah. It's fantastic. And this one, he shows us this grunge sound that you don't hear in the rest of the album.
No,
and it is like I get the tinglies.
Oh yeah,
it's so good. The key, it's a key pace change. It's a real breakdown, and I can't say that happens on the rest of it.
There's like a modular shift. They go and they do something. They go into a different key or something or a different mode or whatever.
You said it's special.
Yeah, it's really cool. And then when they kick back into it, it's kind of like they're jumping back up, but they're really just coming back to where they were originally. But
we've said it before.
But it's cool. I like it.
Sometimes when you go softer, you're harder. Like sometimes you go slower, you're harder. Like
I'm gonna tell that to my wife.
Yeah, I mean, man, I can't say enough good things. It's everything you want. Just let's end it there.
Yeah. All right. Go ahead on number 8. Danger.
So like, at this point in the album, you've hit your high note, and I don't want to say it goes.
What'd you give? Straight for the Kill?
Yeah, I'll give it a 9. I said it. Yeah, it's a 9. Yeah, I mean, it's fantastic. It's not... It may eventually reach legendary status. We'll have to see how other people see it. Like, it's great. I'll listen to that song all the time.
I have told so many people about Vypera, and this is the song that I tell them, like
Straight for the Kill. Yeah, go for it.
Danger.
Yeah, so, like, this one still maintains all of the great guitar intricacies that they're doing in the album, and I really like this song.
I do too.
I give it a 7.5.
I give it a 7.
Yeah. I mean, it ends up being typical after everything that you've heard, but like really good typical.
What I don't like is the intro. There is just like a guitar, kind of a clean guitar intro that doesn't really share anything musically with the rest of the song.
Really?
I don't think it not that it's not the same key or anything. I'm not saying that. But
we're going back to like it's not like as different as Blind Guardian was with their intros on the album we reviewed. Like,
get the fuck out of here.
They do so much different.
You don't talk about Blind Guardian in a negative way in this house.
We've already done it, literally, in this house, I think.
No. I'm just saying, like, it doesn't connect. It's a slow intro, and then the rest of the song is an upbeat song. But there's maybe a bar before they really kick into what the song is, because it really steps up a beat. Yeah. Where there's like a dive. They kind of do a step, like a dan, and then they do the guitar does a dive bomb. And I'm sorry, I'm not trying to fucking piss a guitarist off. Sorry, man.
Oh, this is that song where it does the.
Yeah, I'm not trying to take away his fucking 50-second intro, where he used to play or whatever. But like, they do a dive bomb into the song, and I was like, man, just start there.
They take the dive bomb in. It happens a few times in that song. That was one of the things I noted. But here's the thing: this is one of those songs that doesn't grab you, but you hear, and it's really good.
I know, because it shares a similar title to a Europe song, "Danger on the Track."
Yeah, I noticed that.
I think it could be put on that Final Countdown album. I think it's just as good as any of those songs. You wouldn't notice.
Sure.
You wouldn't notice any difference. I didn't bump into that.
It's like it's jumping ahead, but like "Wingborn" could definitely be on a Wasp album.
What's that? Who's that one group that did that one song? There was a song called Danger, I think.
Danger. All right, let's while you're checking it out, let's move on to "Fool for the Night," because I think this is a necessary song.
The band was Danger.
It was Danger.
And I think their song that I knew was Bang Bang. Danger, Bang Bang. It's like bang bang. That song's so fucking cheesy, but it's so fucking good. All right.
Fool for the Night. What did you give it?
Fool for the Night. Let me go back. Fool for the night time. I really like the song. I gave it a 7, but I am zoned out by now. We're just at that point in the album where I have kind of zoned out. And I've
the double bass in the song is great. Yeah, so the fool for the night time. But I hear you because I'm not hearing what's in between that. Like I hear the chorus in my head, and I'm not hearing like the specifics. I don't want to necessarily go into it. I've heard like at this point you know what Vypera is, and it's not special. I also gave it a 7 out of 10. That's where it deserves to be, but it's not a song that jumps out to me.
Really?
Yeah. No. I mean, compared to the rest,
For sure.
It's obviously above for me Spellbound and Fantasy, but like it doesn't differentiate itself from Standing on the Edge, Sierra, or Straight for the Kill. It doesn't stand out from Sierra, Straight for the Kill, or Standing on the Edge.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah. 7 out of 10.
Cold as Ice is the final song.
Is it? We've talked about Wingborn, but it's not the final song.
No, it's not. I had an extra space in there. All right, Cold as Ice, song number 10. I give it an 8.
You gave it an 8?
Yeah.
That's fine.
Once the guitars really kick in, once the song really kicks in past the intro, I really dig it. I don't mind this being one of the singles.
I dig this song too, and maybe I gave it a 6.5, and maybe I am experiencing album fatigue.
Mm-hmm.
But I have noted there's some pretty good things happening here. Mm-hmm. But when I think of as Cold as Ice, am I thinking of Foreigner? She's as cold as ice. She's as cold as ice. I know, and I'm just thinking you're totally grabbing from Foreigner.
Go for it. I don't give a fuck.
That's fine. I know we talked about it. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But that's all I can think about. And frankly, that song is better than this one. And this is still a good song. Come on. I fucking love you, Vypera.
Yeah.
Your guys are great. This is a good song. And I know there's good things happening. Maybe I'm a little bit checked out. Maybe I hear a little bit too much Foreigner.
I feel you.
So maybe it deserves better. 6.5.
Yeah, it reminds me of in high school when I wrote that story for creative writing and I gave it the same title as Water's Edge. And Mr. Warren was like, that. I was like, oh, it's the same song or same title as this song.
Yeah.
He's like, but whatever, that happens, I guess. And then I'm telling this story so that this would go off in the middle of something that we would cut.
That's fair.
All right, so the final song now is Cold as Ice.
No, it's not. We've already
goddamn it, that's that. All right. So now let's jump right into Wingborn.
Yeah.
Let's get this last song.
You're gonna hate me.
All right.
But I feel
give
like
your score first. Tell me your score first.
6.
I give it a 7.
You didn't get it. Oh, I thought you went higher.
No.
I figured you would have gotten higher.
No.
I feel like this is a song that you would enjoy.
I did enjoy it.
I can't even see it. Boy, he draws it out. He doesn't do this. This song has a different tempo than the rest of the album.
Look at it now.
Okay. What did you give Cold as Ice?
Cold as Ice, I gave it an 8.
So to me, the only flaw in this album is Wingborn and Cold as Ice should have been interchanged. Cold as Ice should have been the last song. Because it has the energy,
I guess, yeah,
and the power, and
I feel
how cool, Wingborn is cool though.
How cool would it have been if Rock and Roll had been the last song?
Yeah, no, that would have been fine. I like where it is though.
I do too. I think it's a nice little treat.
But it would have been.
How fucking cool would it? How much more of a treat would it have been at the end, where you're like,
but,
fuck, these cats are out here playing fucking heavy metal.
But it deserves to be at where it is because it's better. You know what I mean? You want to hear that first.
I feel you.
Give us our shots. We'll give final thoughts.
Yeah, give me your final thoughts.
I give this an 8 out of 10.
An 8 out of 10?
I think that's a really fair album. I have been waiting so long to hear this.
I feel like I gave a lot of 7s and 7.5, somewhere around there. But like, I love this. I
that
thought
was an
I
album.
really,
That was an album,
yeah, I really think it is like, it's considering it's a debut album, no less.
Yeah.
I think it really.
Listen, I've never been more upset that I couldn't listen to music.
These are all hits.
Yeah.
These are all hits. They would all be hits.
Besides Fantasy. Oh, I want to read that. That reminds me. Rock and Roll and then Fantasy. Do you think that was an homage to Bad Company?
Maybe. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
I think it's nice when I know.
I want to know if it was on purpose. I'm
gonna send you a message on Instagram.
Yeah.
I'm not going to.
I'll send him an email. We have contact. Just saying.
All right, so yeah, we really like this album. Hopefully, you guys come to States.
It's been a pleasure to get to know Vypera. Honestly, it's been
I'm
so
a fan.
cool.
I am legitimately. I tell anybody that I think that would like this type of shit. I tell them about it.
I've told my wife, which says something. I don't talk about any I mean, besides bands that I know that she'll like. That's like you have to know Vypera.
So next week, we know what album we're gonna do. We don't need to pull the wheel out.
It's already headed.
I've already listened to it. I don't know why I said headed. I've already listened to it. Honestly, like 3 or 4 times.
I've given it a once through. And it deserves it.
I really enjoyed it already.
There's 3 songs I already like. Oh, you know when you listen to something like you send me something and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna listen to it. I didn't turn it off. I never switched.
Really?
And then there was 3 different songs, and it'll be curious to find out if those are the songs that I end up liking the most. But yeah, there was at least 3 songs that brought me out of listening in the background to I'm listening to this song now.
Let me pull it up just to make sure I get the title right. I'm sure I do. All right. So the album is called Invaders by the band Civil War, which I think they've had
Ex-Sabaton members, right?
Yes and no. I think some of those guys have left the band since. We'll look into it.
Slice and dice.
Yeah, we'll cover it next week. They've had some member changes. But I'm really looking forward to it because I've really enjoyed it.
Here I am, raptor clawing my shot, just waiting to take it.
It's time. Oh my god, I'm about to spill it.
There you go. Cheers, mates. Ooh, that actually tasted really good this time.
I disagree, but...
Oh, yeah.
All right, that was Mastering Mediocrity Music Reviews. I'm Ben.
I am Jeff.
If you like what you saw, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell.
Tell your parents.
And that's it.
Love you guys.